Well, good Thursday evening, everybody. How the hell are you? The bad weather appears to be out of here. It's Titans night. Titans and the Colts. Thursday night football. Titans have their shot at the Colts. What's up, Alan? Hope you're doing well up in Cleveland. I want to get something out of the way and address it first. Apparently, according to some people, I made a controversial edition Monday. Well, what has happened since then is I have talked to the two parties of which I was talking about. And I can understand the passion that one of them has. We had a good phone conversation, and I can understand his passion. He is a passionate human being when it comes to stuff like that. And I can respect that. And so that being said, I also talked to the coach that I spoke about and the one who also made the comments. And contrary to some opinions, and we all know what opinions are, he actually appreciated, and they both appreciated, the fact that names were not mentioned. But I understand, and I'll just refer to him as Coach. I can understand where Coach's passion about the program comes from. So it's over. And not as nearly as controversial as some people would like to think. And if you don't agree, that's your problem. Me and the two parties are, we're in a good spot. And anybody else that wants to, chime in, to hell with you. But it's over. And I don't respond to bullshit character posts on social media. Okay? All right. Into that. Another day of over 200 COVID cases in Hamilton County. Hospitalizations are at an all-time high. Lafayette High School shut down this week. Gordon Lee High School is shut down this week. All because of a Halloween party that over 500 people attended to. It is being classified as a super spreader event. There are multiple football games out in Georgia this week. And I find it very ironic that Hamilton County Mayor Jim Coppinger I actually threw some shade at North Georgia yesterday in the county commission meeting. More power to you, Mayor Coppinger. More power to you, brother. Hickson High School. Wildcats. But the fact of the matter is there are no type of restrictions in North Georgia. And Mayor Coppinger made a valid point. People are crossing the line, coming shopping, going to restaurants and wherever in Chattanooga, and they're not masking up because there's no kind of mask mandate in Georgia. They're not even freaking recommended by the lame-ass governor of Georgia. At least Ernest T. Lee recommends it. But I couldn't help but chuckle. Oh, my damn cigar is gone out. Bear with me. Bear with me. I'm going to relight this puppy. Much gooder. There's my Hamilton County education, much gooder. I just couldn't help but laugh when I saw an interview with the superintendent of the Walker County Schools, who didn't mention anything about social distancing and masks or anything. New York, Governor Cuomo has taken action. Bars and restaurants got to close at 10 o'clock. If I'm understanding the news correctly, City of Chicago is stay-at-home order. Something's got to give. The mask mandate issued for Hamilton County expires at the end of November. Get used to it, folks. Mayor Coppinger will extend it. This shit's out of control. And you get these damn social media doctors who don't know shit from Shinola. Putting out false statistics. It's not any worse than the flu. If you're over 50, you need to stay at home. What you need to do is you need to pucker up and kiss my wide ass. How about when you go out somewhere, you put a mask on? It's like earlier today, I posted where the DeKalb County, Georgia schools have indefinitely suspended or indefinitely delayed the start of winter sports, basketball and wrestling, because the COVID numbers are they've exploded. We're running on a week now of the highest cases nationwide to date. There is not one state that is not seeing a massive increase in the number of cases, and nothing's being done. People are taking a lackadaisical approach. They have no regard for their fellow man. And when I see bullshit get posted, I'm going to call it out. Unless your name has MD with a specialty in infectious disease, shut your freaking pie hole. I don't want to hear what you've got to say. because you don't know squat. You know, Alan brings up a very good point right now. What if these people who don't wear a mask, what if somebody in their family gets sick with COVID? Are you going to wear a mask then, you damn jackwagon? Or are you a young, late 20, early 30 something that thinks your crap don't stink and you don't have to do what a decent human being would do, and that's to protect another human being? If that's your attitude, that's just being an awful human being. You know, and then we get people like this. Give me a second to get his picture up. I think I still got it, or do I still have it? Yes, this jackwagon, David Toulis of Nougat Radio, 92.7. Who every day rants and raves about the lawsuit he has filed in Tennessee to have Governor Lee immediately end all restrictions for COVID because it is un-American, unconstitutional, un-Christian, and he's using people's money to make it possible for other people to get sick and possibly die. That's why today, November the 12th, in the year of our Lord, 2020, David Toulis, you are now a 2-time member of the piece of shit list. David Toulis, Nougat Radio, 1 to 3. Right, another piece of shit, Sean Hannity. I mean, give me a freaking break. The COVID deniers make me sick because it's you people that are causing the spike in cases. Where there are some projections that before the end of the year, the number of people who have died from COVID will double what it is right now. And I think it's 240,000 Americans have died from COVID. And I don't want to hear your bullshit about underlying health conditions. It kills people. Quit being an asshat and wear a mask. Jackwagons. In fact, Ticketmaster is studying the possibility that when concerts are opened back up, in order to attend a concert at any venue that uses Ticketmaster, they are considering you're going to have to provide documentation that you have had a test within the 72 hours prior to the event, or proof that you received a COVID vaccination. Don't be surprised if it doesn't happen. Ticketmaster is owned by Live Nation. which is the be-all and end-all of the concert industry. And if they put those in, are you not going to attend concerts now because you have to prove that you're not infected? Think about what some people are giving up due to your disregard for your fellow man. We don't know when COVID's going to be over, but you're not helping it by telling people of a certain age to just stay the hell at home. Oh, so you can go out and spread it to somebody else who can then take it. I mean, come on. Jesus. Take a look at the SEC this weekend. How many games are not going to be played? Tennessee's not going to play. Alabama's not going to play. Georgia's not going to play. Vanderbilt's not going to play. All because of COVID. And this just in, thank you to Ace reporter Allen up in Cleveland. The Ivy League has just announced winter sports are canceled. Don't be surprised if other conferences, hello, Betty. I love you. Don't be surprised if other conferences do not follow the Ivy League and cancel winter sports. It would not surprise me in the least. I think the FCS spring football will not happen. COVID's not going to be under control by February. In fact, probably going to get a whole lot worse. This shit's getting no better. And I don't know. I'm just dumbfounded by the lack of human compassion in so many people. You owe it to your fellow man to, when you are in public, to wear a mask and socially distance. If you can't do that, to hell with you. Now my daughter is messaging me while I'm doing a podcast. I don't know what the hell she's saying, but I'm doing a podcast right now. And she needs to leave me alone for a few minutes. I find it ironic, before I get into my final tirade of the evening. The Masters is this weekend. In fact, it's going on right now. And guess who's in the hunt? All right. Congratulations. Thank you, Alan. Freddie Freeman of the Atlanta Braves, the 2020 National League Most Valuable Player. There had been a rumor, Alan. Did Dale Murphy announce that? While I wait on Alan, it's Masters weekend. Tiger is in contention after day one. This is eerie shit that I'm getting ready to tell you. Tiger Woods this year is going for his 6th green jacket, symbolic of the Masters champion. His 6th. 23 years after he won his first one. Here's the eerie part. I think it was 1986 when Jack Nicklaus won the Masters and his 6th green jacket. And that was 23 years after Jack Nicklaus won his first green jacket. So if you're on these sports betting apps, because sports betting is now legal in Tennessee, I think I put some money on Tiger Woods to win the Masters. The odds might be pretty good. Hey, stranger things have happened. All right. We're going to move on to something that I really Mr. President, it's time to concede. COVID is exploding. And the only thing you and your people are worried about are recounts that have never and will never change the election results. There is no voter fraud. If there were voter fraud, then explain how in the hell did down ballot Republicans do so well? Actually gained a few seats in the House. Senate's still up in the air. But I think what you will see is a massive turnout at the runoff, and the odds of the Democrats taking both of those spots in Georgia are very, very, very slim. The one who could possibly win is Ossoff, and let me send a message to my daughter. Bear with me one moment. She's doing well, by the way. Okay, she's doing quite well, thanks to you guys. But now, news this afternoon, they have withdrawn all challenges in the state of Nevada. The Republicans and President Trump. Now Trump has turned on Fox News and berating them when it's people like Sean Hannity and Laura Ingraham who are fueling this shit. Go back 4 years. Hillary Clinton won the popular vote. But President Trump won the Electoral College. But that night, Hillary Clinton conceded the race. There has not been one iota of evidence presented that indicates massive voter fraud. None. It is really destroying what's going on right now. He's blocked President-elect Biden from receiving national security intelligence updates. Thank goodness one of the Republican senators is going to be providing those to President-elect Biden. Firing people who are not on the same page as he is, left and right. And it was Dale Murphy. Thanks, Alan. That's pretty cool. Although I still do not believe Dale Murphy belongs in the Baseball Hall of Fame. He just doesn't. Georgia is doing a hand recount. I think it has to be done before Thanksgiving. He was declared the winner in Alaska today, 3 electoral votes. And even if Georgia is overturned, still not enough to win. It's over. Concede the race and help this country. Focus your last time on dealing with the coronavirus. I mean, and if you watch social media, it's getting worse every day. Because now his supporters have left Fox News and they're going to something Newsmax, where there's even more conspiracy bullshit. There is no mass voter fraud. Leave office with some freaking dignity, man. And I'm so disappointed in the man I originally supported in 2016, Florida Senator Marco Rubio. Extremely disappointed. He's playing right along with it. In fact, he is campaigning for Kelly Loeffler in Georgia, who is nothing more than a sugar-coated version of Marjorie Taylor Greene, the QAnon, militia-loving interloper into North Georgia, who everybody thinks is the greatest damn thing since sliced bread. She is a freaking nut job. And Kelly Loeffler is nothing more than a decaffeinated version of Marjorie Taylor Greene. Not every democratic policy is socialism. It's not socialism. We are buffering and we are back. Something happened. I have no idea. But not every idea a Democrat comes up with is socialism. And how any teacher could support the current administration with an anti-education Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos, who made her fortune through Amway. She has no experience in education. How a teacher could vote for that is beyond me. Because if school vouchers ever do start, you are going to see massive lawsuits. Because if you can use government money to go to a faith-based school that, if you go by the current way the Constitution is being interpreted or has been interpreted, That is not a separation of church and state. Although separation of church and state specifically only addresses the establishment of one national religion. But there'll be multiple lawsuits when they start doing that. And Betsy DeVos is a firm believer in that. But it's time to give it up, dude. Say, I lost. I lost. I concede. Cry uncle. It's over. You have no chance. This is not going to go to the United States Supreme Court. Because I'll bet you my last dollar bill that if it were to go before the United States Supreme Court, they would refuse to rule on it. But not one shred of evidence has been presented. Why else do you explain the Nevada challenge being dropped? And you got people like Rudy Giuliani and Sean Hannity and Laura Ingraham and Tucker Carlson and all the jackwagons on Newsmax. What happened to the Republican Party? Ronald Reagan is turning over in his grave at what has happened. This is the responsibility, and here's who I lay the destruction of the Republican Party. I lay it at the feet of Sean Hannity, Tucker Carlson, Alex Jones, and Rush Limbaugh. I know I shouldn't kick a man when he's dying. I read the tea leaves and saw that Donald J. Trump was going to get the nomination. He did a 180 and became Mr. Trump lover. And the people have been ginned up. They're not going to come and take your freaking guns away. It's not going to happen. Hell, half people that own guns really shouldn't own them because they're freaking nuts. If you don't wear a mask, you shouldn't be allowed to own a gun. How's that? They don't worship him anymore, Betty. I'm beginning to think the last decent man, I mean, I'm talking, there was nothing in his character that could bring him down to hold the office is Jimmy Carter. That may be the last decent, that's the last decent human being to hold the office. And now the Republicans have turned on George W. Bush because he's such good friends with Bill Clinton. And I think deep, deep down inside, George W. Bush is a decent man. There you go. Yep. No scandals with President Obama. Hello, KK. I'm going to start referring to you as KK. How's that? I think that's what I'll do. Now, I have heard rumor that Alec Baldwin is refusing to leave Saturday Night Live. Is it true? I don't know. I don't know. But it's time for the president to concede. This country is so deeply divided, and as each day goes by, with all these challenges going on, the country is being divided. And I'd like to see us as a nation together again. I do find revolting the social media post that circulates that goes, remember how you felt when the plane struck the Twin Towers? We feel that way after Biden was declared the winner. That's sickening. That is absolutely repulsive and sickening. There is no comparison between those two. And you have to admit that after that happened, our country came together. And don't give me this stuff that, well, look what's been done to President Trump these 4 years. Look what was done, and I did not vote for Barack Obama. I'll preface what I'm about to say. I voted for John McCain and I voted for Mitt Romney. But President Obama faced abuse like had never been seen before. So don't give me that, well, nobody's ever been treated like Donald Trump. The same people who are supporting Trump are the ones that called him a Muslim, a terrorist sympathizer. He wasn't a United States citizen. I mean, we had the birther movement get started by who? So don't give me that crap. Okay? It's time for the man to concede and heal the country. We need somebody taking over how the coronavirus is being handled, because the focus now is so much on challenging the results of the election that everything's getting lost in the shuffle. COVID-19 is just an afterthought at the White House now, when the advisors that President-elect Biden has regarding COVID have told him a 4 to 6 week lockdown and nationwide mask mandate would watch the numbers drop. It'd be a precipitous drop. You like that? I can use big words. I may have been educated in the Hamilton County school system back in the day. Precipitous. Find that on Sesame Street. But we got to put the focus back on COVID-19. Okay? I'm going to go watch the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts. I don't often watch full ball games, and I probably won't. I'll probably go back and forth to whatever else is on. I mean, who knows? But I'm going to watch the game because I want my Titans to win. That's why I am here in Nashville. I am in a box. at Nissan Stadium. So I'm going to watch the game. No, seriously, I'm at home, but I have this nice effect that I can be in Nashville. And one of these days I'll get to go to Nashville when COVID is over. Because like I told you a couple of weeks ago, me being at a live sporting event is not going to happen until COVID is over. In fact, Chattanooga women's basketball is advertising. They are looking for PA announcer to replace moi, because I'm not going to be there this year. And, it is what it is. But I'm going to get out of here, folks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. You guys are tremendous. I'm so glad that KK was here tonight. And I've always got his back. I told him that. I've always got his back. You guys are good friends. And that friendship means the world to me. But we're going to get out of here. We're going to go watch the ball game. Folks, thanks again. We will be back Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Games are getting canceled left and right. And you know how that goes. But we are going to get out of here. We will see you Saturday night at 7 o'clock. And until then, in these worst of times, be kind to each other. Good night, everybody.